I do want to pay incredible respect to the Seattle Storm for winning their fourth WNBA championship. Breanna Stewart, MVP.
She wins it after having an injury that kept her out all last season.
Breanna Stewart said something last night where she just says, I hope people get behind women basketball and I hope people get behind WNBA. And I just want to tell you guys that I am behind it, watching it. It was incredible. Congratulations, winning a world championship throughout a pandemic. All the things that all the women players stood for in the WNBA.
Sure.
It was a tremendous, tremendous thing to watch.
Couldn't agree with Jay more. There was some great basketball in Bradenton for sure. We'll talk to the WNBA's best player by far, the unanimous finals MVP, Breanna Stewart, in just a moment. Keyshawn J. Will Zubin brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. You need the best coverage and not just football, but your wireless network too. Straight Talk Wireless gives you the same networks as big carriers for up to half the cost, $45 a month for 25 gigs of high-speed data, then 2G. Savings may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. Let's head right to the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line to bring in the unanimous finals MVP, deserving a round of applause.
Congratulations, Stewie!
Stewie, I got to tell you. You got it, Stewie. I got to tell you, Jay told us here in the previous segment right before you came on that, you're the greatest women's basketball player of all time. So we'll let Jay wax poetic here in a second, but I want to take you inside the year it's been for you. When you ruptured your right Achilles in 2019 and then a full year later come back and redeem yourself by becoming the unanimous finals MVP in one of the most lopsided finals games of all time to clinch your team's fourth championship. Can you just explain what this year has been like from soup to nuts, injury to championship?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a roller coaster of a year, and I think that, that's the way it started in April of 2019 for me, and then that's just how it kind of continued through 2020 for the rest of the world. But to be able to get through that, come back, be able to play, and really, as athletes, play without having to think about my leg and play without having to feel anything bad or stiffness in my leg. That's what was amazing. And now, the only thing that I see on my leg or feel is my scar. And it's like my memory, I guess.
Don't worry, Stewie. Scars tell amazing stories, especially when you can overcome. And that's what you've been able to do. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with Sue. You were hosting up the MVP trophy, and she was behind you, and she just had this look in her eyes that she was so proud. You guys have such a unique chemistry. Explain a little bit of that to us.
Yeah, I think, Sue and I, obviously, we've taken similar paths throughout our entire life, both being from New York, going to UConn, getting drafted to Seattle. Our relationship started before when I was still at UConn, just because that was when she was rehabbing her hip. So she was at campus a lot, and she would practice against us a little bit. And then knowing that I was going to get drafted to Seattle, she kind of really just took me under her wing and helped me in all ways, on and off the court. And I'm going back to my injury a little bit. The thing that I was upset about most was the fact that, I didn't know if I was going to have another opportunity to play with Sue after getting injured in 2019. So now at this point, we just cherish the moments we have on the court together.
Breanna, can you tell me how that experience overall inside the bubble was?
It was interesting. I think that in the beginning, it took some getting used to, just because we thought some things were going to be a little different than they actually were. But once we got there, got settled, kind of understood what was going to happen day in, day out, we bought in. And I think, especially for our team, that's what we did. We bought in, and we worked with what we got, because we were just, at that point, happy to be able to play basketball and appreciating, the opportunity of having a job and things like that.
Breanna, have you ever taken a second, now after winning another world championship with the Seattle Storm, just to sit back and think about all your accolades? Literally looking at this list: two-time WNBA champion, two-time WNBA Finals MVP, four-time national champion, four-time NCAA tournament MVP. What do you think when you put your entire career together thus far, and you still have so much more to do?
I think that, I've been a winner, and, that's what I want to continue to do throughout the rest of my career. I think that I tell people all the time, like, the Achilles adds 5 years to my life. So maybe technically I'm supposed to be like 31 in Achilles years. But, you know, I just want to be able to continue to play basketball. And I think, you know, coming back from an injury like that, you appreciate things even more. And that's what I'm doing. And I still want to continue to be better and just be the best I can be in the basketball world and in the normal world.
I got to ask you about this. Social justice obviously was at the forefront in the league entire bubble run. How does it feel to win a title knowing that you're part of, you know, you're a major advocate in terms of social justice and you still won a championship despite having all of that on your plate?
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's one thing, you know, when I look back at the bubble and honestly, when we look back at the 2020 season, like that's what we're going to be most proud of is the fact that we were able to kind of really collaborate as an entire league, you know, 144 players all together, and we took a stance for social justice. We dedicated our season to say her name and to Breanna Taylor. We had Breanna Taylor on the back of our jerseys. We made an impact, and you know, the intro when I was coming on the show was talking about, you know, making an impact, and we did that. And I don't think, you know, anyone before has kind of seen the WNBA in this light, and you know, they should have, because like you said, we've been at the forefront of social justice for seems like a while now. But we're continuing to kind of stand up for what we believe in, and obviously a league that has 80% Black women. We needed to make sure that we were making a stand and standing up for social justice, and especially police brutality against Black women.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.